You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Welcome to Jerusalem High, boy.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Welcome to Jerusalem High, boy.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Big Manny and Boog.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Welcome to Jerusalem High, boy.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Welcome to Jerusalem High, boy.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Big Manny and Boog.
You should already know when I walk in the door that it ain't no use in frontin' on me. That it ain't no use in frontin' on me.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
That it ain't no use in
Welcome to Jerusalem High, boy.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Welcome to Jerusalem High, boy.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Big Manny and Boog.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Welcome to Jerusalem High, boy.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Welcome to Jerusalem High, boy.
You're now rocking with that Big Boost Radio.
Big Manny and Boog.
You should already know when I walk in the door that it ain't no use in frontin' on me. You should already know when I walk in the door that it ain't no use in
Big
frontin'.
Manny and Boog.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Jerusalem High. It is your boy Boogie Oogie. I want to welcome everybody. If you're just tuning in, welcome to Big Goose Radio Jerusalem High. Make sure you hit that share button right now. If you're tapping in right now, we have a dope segment lined up for you today, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, brother Ngalu, man? It's good to see you. Sis Niche, Mauso Mao, also my Big Goose Manny. As you all see, I'm actually just one half of Big Goose Radio, and you know, with a heavy heart, I'm going to ask for all of the Big Goose Radio followers, our family, folks that follow us, that know Manny and I outside of Big Goose Radio, to please at this moment lift Mauso Manny and his family in prayer right now. If you follow Manny on social media, he dropped some news, and I'm not going to share it on here because it's not my space to share. But what I will say is that I would ask for your prayers. And I just, you know, Mauso Manny, if you're listening, I'm not going to get emotional on here, bro. But what I'm going to say is that I love you, Mauso, and my prayers are with you and the entire family, Heavenly Father, entire family. And I pray that our Heavenly Father would just continue to comfort you all during these difficult times, that he would wrap his arms around you all, and know that I love you, Mauso. I know you're listening in from somewhere, but know that, you know, there is no Big Goose Radio without Big Goose Manny, and he is truly Mauso, and we are more than we are hosts of Big Goose Radio. We are brothers in Christ. We are brothers in life, and I'm fortunate and blessed to have you in my life, you and your family, your beautiful wife Gina, your boys, your parents, the ministry that you guys are part of, and everybody that I've met through our relationship. So everybody on the live, man, remember Mauso in prayer, man. Manny, I love you, Mauso. I love you, man. You know how we rock, man. You know how we do, man. It's all love. So thank you to everybody tuned in, locked in. If you're watching in from Twitch, via Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, welcome. I need everybody to hit that share button right now, ladies and gentlemen. Really do, man, because we have a dope show lined up for you guys. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. This one is special. It's kind of weird, man, because I don't have my Mauso with me, man, my partner in crime alongside me. But nonetheless, man, we're gonna rock it out, man, because that's how we do, man. That's BUR style, man. So yeah, man, welcome. Hit that share button. You already know what it is. Big Goose Radio, Jerusalem High. We have a very, we're going to get right into it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Special guest. I follow this young cat, man, for some time. I actually had the opportunity to lead an organization, Lakewood Lumberjacks, an organization that I started playing football for in the great city of Lakewood. And then fast forward years later, I was called to lead the organization, and it was such a great experience. I learned so much and met so many great coaches, great families, great young people who have gone off to who are in college or on their way to college or who have started their families. That it's a unrewarding job, man, when you're a coach for these inner city teams or you run an organization. These organizations that serve our young people, man, that's not easy work, man. So shout out to anybody if you do that. Shout out and kudos to you. I know that it's not an easy thing, but I got a chance to lead the Lakewood Lumberjacks along with my sister Tapora, my entire family, man. It was a family thing because, you know, as most of you all know, man, our roots are in Lakewood. And so we had the opportunity to work with many families and young people, and it was dope, man. And I watched the third and fifth grade develop into sixth, seventh grade, or fifth, sixth grade, seventh, eighth grade, that kind of thing. And we got to our final year, my seventh and eighth grade. My nephews were playing on the team. Shout out to all my nephews, Micah, Noah, Daniel, Mwelu, Slavette twins, so many, Big T. And we made it to the championship. Our eighth grade, our seventh and eighth grade team made it. We faced a really tough team from Rainier, and there was this young man who was definitely a man amongst boys. That's what I'll say. And this dude was smacking cats left and right. He was running the rock all over the damn field on our team. He was just unstoppable, man. And the greatest thing about the young dude is that I got a chance to meet him, you know, after one of the games, and he was never like boastful. He didn't like carry himself to be this arrogant, or he was just like carried himself to be this just humble kid who just loved to play the sport of football. And so I'm proud on behalf of Big Goose Radio to be able to just sit back and watch this young man's journey, man. Listen to this. He's a 4.0 student. Let me say that again. This kid is a scholar athlete. When you think about student athlete, he's definitely a young man who takes the student part very serious. He's a scholar athlete. He's a 4.0 student. He comes from a great family, ladies and gentlemen. He is currently he's a senior at Lincoln High School. Shout out to Lincoln High School, Lincoln Aves. They've produced some great football talent to come out of Lincoln High School. Lawyer Malloy, John Kitna, just to name a few. And I'm excited about this young man's journey. Ladies and gentlemen, light up our live feed. Lincoln High School, USC commit. Give it up for Mr. Julien Simon, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, everybody.
Light up that live feed, y'all. What's popping? Jules, fight on, baby.
Fight on all day, every day.
Fight on, brother Jules, man. It's so good to have you on. I'm so excited and just grateful for this opportunity to sit with you, to interview you, spend some time with you, man. Tell us a little bit about you. I know a little bit about you in terms of what I've seen you do on the football field, and also from a more scholar lens, man. I've seen a couple of interviews with. I know that your mother's a teacher, your father's a great man, and they have embedded in part of this mentality of being a student first. But tell us a little bit about Julien, about Jules. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I just want people to know that I'm more than just a football player. I do more things than just play the game of football, which obviously is a sport that I love to play. It is, but that's not the only thing that I have going for me. I take my academics very seriously. I'm involved in clubs like
the Poly Club. Are you involved in the Poly Club?
No, I'm not involved.
Bruh, we got to get you in the Poly Club, Oos.
Yeah, I hear you. But no, shout out to the Poly Club. I love our Poly Club. But I'm involved in like book reading club, like my book club.
Wow.
For students at Lincoln, Project Lit is called.
Wow.
And I'm involved in Key Club, which is a club that pretty much just does community service, just around the community. I'm just, I'm blessed to be, to do the things that I do. And, football is just not the only thing that I do.
Wow. That's amazing, man. Like, Manny and I both work with young people, right? And I haven't. It's very rare that I sit with an athlete, a student, um, and student of color, right? At that, who sits and says like, I'm a part of the book club or the key club, right? Because we think about those things like, most athletes or jocks, like I remember going to my time, we look at that like, oh, you a straight nerd if you're a part of that, man. So for Jules to just stand here and just speak his truth and be like, nah, this is what I do, that is so dope to me. That what that says to me, and I hope that young people listening, parents, like, you are a self-aware young man who is confident in who God has created you to be. That is so dope, man. So kudos to like your parents, man, for raising such a great young man, but also for you to being disciplined enough to just know who you are and to just like walk in that. That's so dope, man. Tell us what life is like, because we're going through this whole COVID thing, which is super unusual. My daughter, she's also a senior, and she's like, man, I'm sick of this, man. I'm tired of this. This is just not
Right.
cool. I didn't envision my senior year to be like this. Like, what has it been for you, man?
Oh man, just upset after upset. I mean, really, if with the All American game getting canceled down in San Antonio, I think that was probably the one that hurt the most. Outside of the season, being delayed, and learning that, I was going to graduate early, and I knew that. So once the season got delayed, I was just like, man, like I really don't have a senior year to play. Like, like this past year was really my last year. But a lot of it too is that, I was okay with it because I knew that I did everything I possibly could that last season and gave it my all. And, as a result, we made a deep playoff run to the semifinals. So leaving off on that note it was like, okay, I can leave off on that note. And it was okay. So just knowing that I did, everything I did that past year, I think it made it a little easier for the season. But once the All-American ball came around and they canceled that one, that
one hurt.
That one hurt me because literally, like, I grew up watching that game. Like,
yeah,
from 7th grade on, I watched every game every year.
Wow.
And even some I seen like four of them, 3 of them in person.
Wow.
So, just knowing how, that game, the atmosphere of that game is, and just everything that goes on, even before, leading up to the game, that one is what, really hurt me the most, I would say, as far as, my senior year. Yeah.
So you actually don't just play football. You play like other sports too. Talk to us about that.
Right. So I do play basketball. I was going to start track, and then COVID hit once the track season. So, the track season got all the way canceled. But yeah, just I played basketball all 3 years of playing sports.
Wow.
Yeah, which is kind of tough because, learning how to balance that and then also having like workouts as far as like football. It was really tough. And then obviously you got your outside sports like FSP, 7-on-7. I did AAU my freshman year too.
Wow.
So my freshman year was probably my busiest year as far as sports. But I think really as the years went on, I realized that I needed to get involved in like more clubs. So that's why I got myself at the Project Lit Club and then the Key Club. Just because, I wanted that message to come off as, I'm not just this football player.
Yeah.
That's just plays football and that's really all he does. So yeah.
That's so dope, man. But football is of course your first love out of all the sports you play, right?
No doubt.
Absolutely. Hands down. What is if there's a player, NFL, past or present, that you look to that inspires you, who would that person be?
Oh, it have to be Marshawn Lynch.
Beast mode.
Beast mode, yep. All day.
Why beast mode?
Him because I don't know, man. When I was younger, obviously watching the Seahawks, everybody grew up, when you grow up in Washington, you were watching the Seahawks. There's no way you weren't,
Right.
whether you were a fan of them or not. So really just growing up watching him, them on their Super Bowl run, those 2 years. And man, want to forget that Patriots won.
Man.
Yeah, man, we want to forget that, but that was a tough one. But just him. I think just how hard he goes, just how his mentality in basically the game. Because really, he's just like, man, I'm here to play football, and this is my job. This is what I do. And he's like, man, I don't want none of that extra stuff. I want that to be me, but also I want my voice to be out there too. I want to be strictly business on the field, but obviously off the field, I'm gonna carry myself the way I do, still to this day.
Right, and that's super important. And you're definitely a young man who has all the gift sets, and as you think about beast mode, and I got a chance to watch, you definitely have some beast mode in you, young brother. You know what I mean? I was just not as fortunate to receive the receiving end of what you had to give my Lakewood Lumberjacks, but we won't get into that, Oos, man. We're excited about your journey, man, and where you're headed to, man. Talk to us about committing to SC, man, USC, man. What was that process like for you and your family, bro?
Oh man, where do I start? It was a long process. It was a long process, just because I got early attention. Receiving my first offer as a freshman from USC, which is actually
so they were the first one to offer you.
Yeah, first one to offer me a scholarship. My very first one came from USC, which is crazy because back then you tell me, hey, you're gonna you're gonna commit to USC, you're gonna end up going there. I was like, man, I don't know.
No,
I don't know about that, right? So, but that whole process was just it was a pretty long process. A lot of coaches, I got a lot of contacts from coaches recruiting me. Just this school, that's Wisconsin, Notre Dame, just a whole list of schools. And just getting all those text messages when I was able to get text messages, and my phone's always blowing up. And
I bet.
It was a lot. But I think really the thing that stood out to me is once, probably about my junior years when I started really taking it, serious and really doing my research and really, trying to figure out, okay, now I need to figure out what spot is the best for me. But to be totally honest, if you're out there and you're getting recruited, every school is not committable,
that's good.
Yeah, I've had offers from let's just, for example, Florida or Michigan State, or Michigan Wolverines. And I don't know a single coach from the school. And I never talked to a single coach. You know what I mean? I got an offer through somebody from the coach, which is it's just crazy. So I never really had any contact with, these colleges, but they offered me a scholarship. So I just want people to know that, if you're out there getting recruited, every school is not going to be committable.
Wow. That's good, man. That's actually good for young cats that are on who are listening in, man. Where did you feel the most pressure in making your decision to commit to USC?
The most I don't think I felt any pressure, really.
Was it maybe just on your own, just kind of like, making sure that you made the right decision, that kind of thing?
Right. No, I knew I made the right decision right away because I did. Yeah, like I said, through the long process, I did my research and everything. I had to figure out what was the best fit for me. And when you talk about USC, you talk about great academics, good social life, city of LA, and a great tradition of football. So that's like the main three. If you break down all the categories when you want to look at a school and you're looking at really what you want to get yourself into, that's what I did. I broke it down into that, and those three main parts.
That's good. You hear that? He broke it down. Julien broke it down. He thought about academics, about his social life, right? He was looking at those things, like the bigger scheme of things in terms of where he wanted to be and land, and spend his time, and how it was going to add value to your life. I think that's so important for young people to know and understand when you're making these big decisions, life decisions. So thank you, man, for having, the wisdom. How supportive was your family in the process?
Very supportive. Really, like I said, like I never felt pressure from them, to go to one school or another, although, yeah, I will say my mom definitely was like, I don't want you to go somewhere down south or somewhere really far,
Somewhere far. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a mom. The mom's going to do that, right? That's a mother.
That's a mom thing. So, which I get, but yeah, they were just very supportive. And then cause I committed silently to the coaches before I actually committed on Mother's Day. And it was in April. And I think it was like one day, like it was literally in one day. I was like, you know what? I want to go to USC. And I just straight up just told them, like,
wow.
Because it had been in my mind. It just been on my mind for a long time. And they were the front runner in my recruiting process pretty much since October of this past year. So they were just all the way through when I made my unofficial visit down there in October. They were like the first on my list, like the front runner.
Dope.
Yeah, the whole time. So yeah, I was just like, man, there's no point in me waiting anymore.
Right.
So I was like, I'm ready.
That's so dope, man. I'm so excited for you to be playing ball at SC. I can't wait to see you suited up in that Trojan uniform, man, and laying some hat down, man. If you're just joining us on Big Goose Radio, we are here live with Mr. Julien Simon, a 4.0 scholar athlete from Lincoln High School, ladies and gentlemen, who has recently committed to attend University of Southern California, the mighty Trojans, home of the champion Los Angeles Lakers, ladies and gentlemen. Let me add that, just in case y'all forgot. But this young man he's a beast on the field, but more importantly, he's a beast in the classroom. Let's go and I want y'all to check out these some highlights from this young man. This young man is a scholar athlete. Check this out, y'all.
Little.
Bam! Get that work, boy! Give me those! Give me those! Cookies! He's coming. 24's coming! Bam! It's the Julien Simon Show, ladies and gentlemen. Not the double spin. Here he comes, 24. Keep your eyes locked on him. That boy got wheels. Get off. Got him. Got him. Touchdown. Julien, why you do him like that, bro?
Man.
Why you got to do him like that, bro?
Man.
Why you got to do him like that, man?
It's just the game, man. It's the game, man.
You play right? Because if you read it, anybody who follows up on Julien, like you play multiple positions, right? USC is recruiting you as what? A linebacker? Right. Or as an athlete? Really
athlete. Because I still have mainly linebacker, but I will still get a shot to play, show what I can do in offense as a running back.
Because you play so at Lincoln, in your time at Lincoln, you played running back, wide receiver, linebacker. What else?
So, I played safety my freshman year.
Oh, yeah, you played safety your freshman year.
Yeah, I played the nickel So,
Man.
yeah.
We talked about beast mode, man, being somebody that inspires you, man. When you think about SC, man, there's this rich tradition of greats to line up in a Trojan uniform, who played at both the linebacker position, quarter, you name it, running back. Who are some guys at SC that stand out to you when you think about attending USC and this rich tradition of greats to come out of that school? Who are some guys that you maybe draw inspiration from or inspire you?
Definitely Adoree Jackson and Reggie Bush.
AD, Reggie
Yeah,
Bush.
yeah.
Dude, how old were you when you saw Reggie Bush play for USC?
Very young.
Very young.
Very young. Probably 3, 4. I don't
Bro,
remember watching it.
I think hands down, Reggie Bush is the greatest college football player of all time. Dude was second to none.
I can agree with that. Agree with that.
That dude, just great. But and that's something that, you know, I think for myself as a Polynesian, there's just a richness of great Polynesian Samoan athletes to come out of USC, who have played there. Of course, the likes of Troy Polamalu, who had a long, illustrious career with I forgot the name of that team. Anyway, I don't want to mention their name, but he played with some team that wore black and yellow. But another SC boy, you think about Lofa Tatupu, who was played had a great career with the Seattle Seahawks. Ray Mawalunga. Just so many greats, man. My all-time favorite, and I want to share this because in the spirit of talking about SC, this is my number one guy right here, man.
Rightfully so.
Blitz. 3rd and 10. Back to pass Smith. The rush, and he's nailed. Junior Seau went right by Whitfield, like Whitfield isn't a predetermined throws it upfield, intercepted. Picked off by Seau at the 10. Seau at the 15.
Let you go down with 1 tackle, 2 tackles. He's going to take 5 guys on.
Back to throw, tackled and brought down is Johnson. Good defensive rush, and Junior Seau gets his first sack of the afternoon. It'll be 4th down now.
Puts on her clothes to wear, puts on her makeup, combs her long dark hair, and then she asks me, do I look alright? And I said yes, you look wonderful tonight.
And I say yes, you look at the Utah State 22. He was nailed by Junior Seau.
Rest in peace, man, to the great Junior Seau, man. The greatest linebacker, one of them. I don't want to disrespect the likes of folks like Willie McGinnis, man, like all these great guys. But Junior Seau, man, for all my Poly and all my Usos on the line, you know, man, if you're an 80s baby, there was no way in heck you didn't play no pickup football game where you was in playing defense. You acted like you was Junior Seau. That dude was a beast. Had a long, great career with the San Diego Chargers. He goes down in history as one of the all-time greats to play for in a Trojan uniform at the linebacker position or linebacker in general, man. Rest in peace to Junior Seau, man. I'm excited to see you potentially, play at that position, man. Out of all the positions you play, Julien, what do you say would be your favorite position?
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough. Because I don't know. I always say, like, even getting recruited and everything, like, anytime anybody would ask me, I never had an answer. And really, my answer will always be, man, I just love to play the game of football. You get me on the field, I play the game. you're not gonna hear no complaints from me.
That's dope, man. I love that, man. I'm hoping I get to see you, of course, play on the defensive side of the ball,
Right.
linebacker. But I would love to see you run that rock, man, in that
Yes,
Trojan
sir.
uniform. That's going to be a beautiful thing. Talk to us, Julian, about growing up in Tacoma. Right? You think about Lincoln High School. You grew up on the east side of Tacoma. You think about your environment in Tacoma, young people, and I speak to and say this, and Manny, I'm sure he'd agree with us. We do a lot of work around prevention and intervention, working with young people who have come in contact with the juvenile justice system. I've seen a lot of young, great talent in Tacoma, and who have gone the wrong direction. They had all the tools to be successful, but just decided to take a different route. They got involved in drugs, gangs. Like, how has that impacted you in your journey this far? What did you do to kind of stay the course to get to where you're at now?
Right. I stayed focused, and I knew that really growing up that you got to separate yourself early and often. And just knowing that, it's cool because you're gonna have friends that you have grown up with and that you have known basically all your life. And you're gonna see them, go down a different path than what you have set for yourself. And I would just say you just need to stay the course and just really just keep your focus on where you want to be in life and not where you're at the moment.
Did you feel any pressure like growing up in Tacoma? Like did you feel like the street life was calling you, or like you had friends or whatever were like trying to steer you off, right, your goals? Like, did you feel any of that pressure? Like the cats like, oh, Julian, he thinks he's better, or like, cats that you talked about growing up. Like, did you, because you did mention in our conversation earlier that you had homies that you grew up with that took a different path. Like, y'all played ball together at when you guys were young, and then y'all got to high school and they kind of drifted away. Right? Talk to us about that.
Right. No, I never felt any of that pressure because I knew where I wanted to go and they knew where I wanted to go too. So it was just that level of respect of knowing, hey, Julian, he's not gonna come with us to this party, or he's not gonna do smoke this weed with us, or he's not gonna do this or that with us, because they know I was always focused, and I was always focused because I'm either working on my game or I got my head in the book somewhere. So
that's so dope, man.
Yeah, just being. Go ahead.
What is your? Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
no, you're good.
For young cats that are listening in, like who, and the reason why I asked you that question about pressure, because I feel like so many young cats who want to do the right thing, they just feel so much pressure to like go the opposite direction.
Right.
And then what happens is they get to that place and like, oh, damn, I messed up. I should have just, been like Julian and stayed disciplined. What is your encouragement to them? Like, what do you say to these young cats who just feel so consumed by this pressure to like veer away from their goals because they feel like, oh, I got to bang the hood. I got to do this. I got to, right? They feel so much of that pressure that it redirects them from their goal. What do you say? As a young person, what are your words of encouragement to them, Julian?
I would say, man, just really your goal, all your actions, everything you do in life has to align with all your goals. If you're saying you want to go to the NFL, or you want to do this, or you want to go to college, or whatever it is, to play football, whatever you want to do, if you say all that, your actions have to actually match what your goal is. So to do that, to stay on the course, you have to stay focused. And you have to, stay away from all that, because obviously it can be tempting. Because, I'm like, man, like, really, I want to go to this party, with all my friends. But it's like, man, I got to stay, I got to stay home. I got to study for this test I got coming on Monday. Or, I got to read this book, so I can know what's going on in our class discussion on this next week, or just whatever it is, or just, I got to work on my game, really, whatever it is. Just know what you want to do in life. And once that's what you want to do, just have your actions aligned to that goal.
That's so dope. Folks who are on the live, I'm interviewing a young man who's a senior in high school. And do you hear what he is saying? If you have a child who is an athlete or just a kid, you better show him this. Like, I got to show them. I hope my kids are watching. Right. This is super important because you know what, Julien, it takes a lot to be bold and stand on your truth and to say that where most young people might think, if I say that, people are going to think I'm corny or people are going to think I'm a square, you know. So it means so much to hear you stand and say that in this interview, man. And I hope and pray that young people would listen to this message, man. That is just so dope, man. Thank you for being yourself and not feeling those pressures. You're gonna make mistakes. We all make mistakes as young people, but to have that mindset and that drive and that discipline to actually say that right now, like, nah, I'm not gonna go to this party or smoke that weed because I know what the risk is, and my eyes are on the prize, and this is the prize. Like, you know, you're the top recruit in your class. You're going to one of, if not the best, actually the best college in all of college. The best. And then you're a 4.0 student. Like, it doesn't get any better than that, man. That is just so amazing. And I pray and hope that young people will be inspired by the Julians of this world. And I pray nothing but blessings over you and your journey. I see the chain around your neck and the cross.
Yes,
what does that symbolize? What does that mean to you, Julien?
I'm a strong believer in my faith, and I hold this tight to me because about two or 3 years ago, it was actually a present from my grandma, a Christmas present. And, you know, my grandma is actually a minister at Bethlehem Baptist Church right over here on the east side. East side. Shout out to Bethlehem Baptist. Yes, sir. Shout out to them. And so, yeah, this is just, I'm a big believer in my faith, and I always, you know, I keep this on me every single day. I will mark this every day through my workouts, I don't take it off because you know, it's just something that, you know, I hold close and dearly to my heart. That's so dope, man. That's so dope. And I appreciate you sharing that, because as a person of faith, and many of our followers, if not all of our followers, come from that background. And I know, as I look at you and have watched you through the years, God has definitely blessed you with this gift, man, to not only reach people, but athletically, man, you have all the gifts, man, to also be one of the greats, and to leave your mark on University of Southern California. And I pray that all the kids that are watching, that you guys also commit to going to USC tonight. Man, you've been coached by many folks, man. Many, you know, I know you did FBU with Sam Adams. Shout out to Sam Adams, another great who played at the, you know, high level NFL. Who is probably, would you say, is one of your favorite coaches, man? Like, when you think about sports, you always like, man, I remember what Coach so-and-so told me. Right? He's, you know, whatever they said to you, or you just relationally just had this relationship where you really look to this coach. Who would you say that coach is? Oh, man, that's really tough. That's we're not going to put anybody on a blast. We just, you know, I'm sure you love and appreciate all your coaches, but there's just got to be maybe that one or two, or that just like really sticks out, who you really just feel like, man, I trust this dude. Anything he gives me. If I'm going through a life, you know, situation, I know outside of football, I know I can call this guy. Who is that guy? Man, it would have to be, it would definitely have to be Coach Zuri from FBU. Shout out to Coach Zuri. Zuri Hector. Why Coach Zuri? What about Coach Zuri? Think about the elements of being a coach. Why Coach? What did he bring to the table? What has he done for you, or how has he been there to just like to give you that thought that, you know, he's your guy? Right. Just from day one, he's just a very trustworthy guy, and I never, like, everything, you know, if he told me that I was gonna do it, you know, I'm like, you know, he'll tell me to run. I'll tell him how far, how fast, you know, to jump, how high, you know. he was just
wow.
I could connect with him, on a personal level too. Outside of football,
Sports, yeah.
yeah, because I know I could go to him for anything, like,
Wow.
and he was always caring, and he's always like, just very like understanding of really all the players. But I feel like I connected with him just a lot, and because when you're on this national stage and you're going, we're going to Oregon one weekend, and the next weekend you're going straight to Cali. The next weekend you're going to Florida, and it's bam, bam, all the way, 3 weeks. And I mean, just from that and just experiencing that with him, and basically him like looking out for us,
being there for y'all.
We're on the trips. If we ever needed something, he was always there.
Wow.
And not to mention he's a USC alumni. And
if Coach Zuri was on the line right now, what would you say to him? Look into your camera and say something to him.
Coach Zuri, I love you so much. You really have affected me so much in the best way. You made me into the the player I am today.
Wow.
And I appreciate it.
That's so dope. So graduation, because you actually are graduating when?
I graduate in December.
December
of this year, yes.
So you're done in December. When do you have to report to SC?
I'll report to USC in January.
Wow. What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm just looking forward to getting the opportunities to play the game at the next level. Just something I've always dreamed of, as a kid, watching football, because we're big sports people. Like, if we're not watching football, we're watching basketball. If none of that's on, we're watching track, something. You know what I mean? The Olympics, so just we're very family, we're our families just like follow sports very closely. So, growing up, like, it was like sports.
Are you guys super competitive amongst each other?
Oh yeah, definitely. Growing up with 2 older brothers, you had to be. To be. There's no, because if you lose, you do this or you do that, you get, crossed up or whatever. You the end of it. The end of it. So you had to be growing up with 2 older brothers.
Yeah, that's because your oldest brother. He was also standout running back at Lincoln High School, and then the brother right below you, he's actually playing college ball right now, right?
Yes, sir.
And
go ahead.
I'm sorry, his name again?
Jaden Simon.
Jaden is over at Colorado, right?
Yep. He plays D-line at Colorado. Yep.
That's so dope, man. Talk to us about your parents, man. What's the relationship like between you and your parents?
All right. Yeah. I would say I'm really close with my mom. Just because, I don't know. Like,
your mama's boy?
I'm a mama's boy. I can't lie.
Right on.
I'm a mama's boy. A lot of the stuff you're hearing from me and what, kind of my thinking on things and what I think about certain situations is kind of like, what she instilled in me. I'll give, all the credit to her. And, not to throw my dad under the bus, but because I love him and he always gives me good advice too. But I would just say I'm just closer to my mom because I just know, like, she'll never steer me wrong. Yeah. Not saying that my dad will, but she, and
that's a mother's love. That's a mother's job.
Love. It's a mother's love. It's she's always there for me. Whatever I need. She's really the big reason why, I'm such a good person off the field, because she holds me to, those high standards off the field, as the same as like my coaches will hold me on the field, So she's kind of like, she's my coach at life.
Yeah. That's dope, man. Is there a young lady in the picture nowadays, or?
Oh yeah. I got
okay.
Yeah, I got a girlfriend.
Okay. You got a little. You okay? How long have you guys been together, and how serious is it?
Dude, it's very serious. We've been together.
Oh, you said very serious, bro.
Been together since 8th grade, like 4 years now.
Shout her out. Shout her out.
Shout out to my girl. I love you so much. I'll talk to you after this.
Oh, you ain't gonna drop her name though?
Oh yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna
Eighth
keep
grade.
that.
Man, that's what's up, man. Hey, the young man is loyal, man. I respect that, man.
Yes,
about
sir.
you, man. If you could, of course, one of the dreams, right, for you is to play in the National Football League, right?
Right.
And I'm sure because you seem just like such a selfless young man, but I'm sure in the back of your mind you might have a dream to play for a specific team, right? Or maybe you don't. But if you had the opportunity to play in the NFL, where would you like to play?
Man, I don't know. That's a good question. I never really thought of that. Shoot, because when people ask me, honestly, I'd be like,
you never thought about like what team you would want to play for?
Nah, because this is my mentality. Whatever team's gonna pick me and believe in me, I'm gonna go out there and play for them. And if it's, and if I'm getting a good contract on that, I'm gonna go out there and play for them. That's just how it is. And I never really thought of it. But if I had to really choose, it would probably be Seattle. Why wouldn't I want to play where I grew up at the biggest, at the biggest stage?
You heard that, Uncle P? Jules said he wanted to play for Seattle. No, that's just a great selfless answer too, man. I love how you said like whatever team would believe in you, give you an opportunity. That's so dope. I feel in my gut and in my heart that, and I'm speaking on behalf of everybody on the live, that we're gonna be watching you play football on Sundays, bro. Man. We are gonna be watching you. Let's speak that into existence, man. That we're gonna be watching you play on Sundays, and I pray and hope, right? If it's no consolation, God, that you are suiting up in a Ravens uniform. Let's go. Let's go. No, man. No, I honestly, man, on behalf of the Big Oos Radio family, Mauso Manny and I, and all of our followers, man, we wish you nothing but the best, man. We pray that the good Lord will follow you, man, any and everywhere you go, man. You are a great, stout young man who is very self-aware, and we are proud, man. On behalf of the city of Tacoma, we are proud of you, Julien. Thank you for not giving up, for being disciplined, for going for your goals and your dreams. I mean, you got a whole city, you got a whole state, you got hundreds and thousands of people who stand behind you, man. And we're going to be following you in your journey to SC. And we wish you and your family nothing but the best. Any final shout outs you want to give?
I just want to shout out my trainer. I've been working out with him since this quarantine started, and he takes the time to develop me and work on the things that I need to work on, do his homework on my body, make sure, I'm getting what I need. So big shout out to him, my trainer at Get Your Money Training, GYM, Mr. GYM, on all of his socials. And yeah, I just thank him. And that's the person I really want to shout out.
Wow. Thank you so much, man. It's been so great to rock with you, Julien, man. I pray and hope that anybody that's been on our live tonight, that you would take this young man's words, man, and that you would apply them, especially if you're a young person tapped in, or if you're a parent, man, that you would share this live video, sit your children down and let them watch, man. Let them watch and listen to this interview, man. Julien, hey, we love you, bro. We're wishing you nothing but the best, man. Fight on.
Thank you. Love you. Love you too, man. Thank you for having me.
God bless you, man. Take care, bro.
All right.
Wow, man. Hey, light up our live feed one time for that young man, Julien Simon. Remember his name, Julien Simon. You will be watching that young man play football on Sundays and Saturdays, because he's that's dope. He's leaving. He's done in December. Like, how dope is that, man? And he talked about like just some super important things, man. When I think about young people, it just always warms my heart to hear young people speak that truth about like, man, yeah, I could have went to that party or smoked that weed or did whatever, but I knew what was at stake. And so, like, man, kudos to him for staying disciplined and keeping his eyes on the prize. And thank you to his parents, right? Thank you to his parents, man, for raising, and all of those that have coached Julien, man. He's been coached by some great coaches, played for some amazing teams, has traveled the world to represent the state of Washington or whatever team he's played for, but he's been coached by some amazing folks. And we all know as parents that the first coaches are us, right? We are the first coaches. It is our coaching at home that sets the foundation. And so I love what he shared. So shout out to his mom and his dad, man, for raising such a great, and his grandmother, and raising such a great kid, man. We're definitely going to be following you, Brother Jules, on your journey, man. We wish you nothing but the best, man. What a great young man. Shout out to everybody that's on the live. If you just joined us, what's up, Ben? San Diego in the building. If you're just joining us, make sure you hit that share button. You already know what this week is about. It's rivalry week. And the mighty Baltimore Ravens, are playing some team that wears black and yellow. I forgot their name, right? But they wear black and yellow, and they have some pom-poms, right? But we play them guys this Sunday. And then also, let's not forget the Seahawks play the Niners. That's a new and upcoming kind of rivalry, man. And that's definitely been one to watch, man. They've gone at it. So don't go nowhere, because I hope my Oso Manny's still on, because I want to, stay tapped in, man. Stay tapped in. I got a little something for y'all, man. Let's go. Big Goose Radio. Y'all know how we doing it.
John Sweeson will kick off to Jacoby Jones. Jones takes it at the goal line.
All-time greatest moment between the Steelers and the Ravens.
Tomlin is essentially on the field here. He's looking the other way, but glancing back over his shoulder. And he's snickering. I mean, my man, he's a player now.
Roethlisberger takes a snap.
Bro, Tomlinson is a cheater. Let me rewind this one time.
Glancing back over his shoulder. And he's
No, I'm taking you all the way back.
Jones takes it at the goal line.
Mike Tomlinson is a cheater.
30, far sideline 40. He could
Yo, cheating ass boy.
Is essentially on the field here.
Look at him.
He's looking the other way.
Look at him. Watch him smile after this too. Look at that.
And he's snickering. I mean,
Look at that. Look at that smile. Boy, I want to hit you in the mouth so bad, Tomlinson. So bad.
And he's a player now.
Roethlisberger takes a snap, throws quickly, touchdown to Jericho Cotchery. Comes down to this two-point conversion try. Throws to the end zone.
Incomplete.
A spectacular start to the holiday season.
Wayne, don't get banned, Wayne. Don't get banned, Wayne. Better watch your tone, son. Yeah. What's up, Mel?
They ain't convinced. They still ain't convinced. You gonna whoop that ass again?
Y'all ain't whooping nothing.
Second and goal. Here's a Ray Rice. Side step the tackle. Drives forward.
There we go.
Touchdown, Ravens. Their biggest lead of the ball game. 16-6 in front of the Steelers.
Roethlisberger turns and hands it off. And into the end zone is Rashard Mendenhall. Here's the snap. He's back. He waits. He scampers right. Now he starts to run for his life. Throws it for the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Ben hits Wallace in the end zone. The Steelers are in front.
Heinz Field has come back to life with the terrible towels waving in the chilly night.
Let's go! Get it up, man! Let's go! Defense!
It's 3rd and 10. 26-yard line with 16 seconds to go. He's back. He throws it for the end zone. Far corner.
Torrey Smith, baby.
Touchdown! Touchdown!
Y'all remember that year.
And it is a shocked house.
See, now you remember that year.
To make their way to the exits.
We here now. Yeah, all flights of Kansas. We're the #1 defense, not them, baby. Let's go out here and see it.
There's just I don't want to say hatred, but some people just generally hate each other on these teams.
Takes the snap. Ray Lewis on the blitz. Sacks him back in midfield.
That was the go, Ray Lou. Troy.
Bang, let's go.
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
It's different when you're on the 20 or the 30-yard line. To be on the 8-yard line was tough.
He's going to throw it at his goal line.
Big Ben.
He looks, they come up his back, he throws it, and a great catch. He fires a pass, wide open at the 22. The Steelers have it inside the 20, down to the 15.
We moved the ball down the field pretty quick. And that last
Hines
play,
Ward can't stand you. Can't stand you, Hines Ward.
The pass looks toward the end zone. Now scrambles out. Now he's in trouble. Now still scrambling. Now throws. It is caught at the 1-yard line by Santonio Holmes.
After reviewing the play, the receiver had 2 feet down in the end zone with possession of the ball. We have a touchdown.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are AFC North Division champions.
Boo.
You boy, that's the way you play football.
We know these people like the back of our hand. Communicate.
Tell him, man. Tell him, man.
Today is our day. Today is our day.
Today is our day.
Ball comes
Sizzle.
And it's ruled incomplete at the 12-yard line. Roethlisberger.
It is one of the best rivalries ever. You know, I agree.
Corey Redding picked up the ball, ran it into the end zone. They're signaling touchdown.
Oh, man, you the only two running for that ball. Hey,
I saw him. I didn't hear no whistle.
Man,
I picked up and started running.
I'm like, somebody get it, dog.
Flacco throws, end zone, heap, touchdown, Ravens.
Put it all behind us. Let's move forward. We're too good for this, all right? Let's go. Put it down. Let's move on. Everything's done. All right, 0-0. First drive. Let's see right here. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Heath Miller. And the Steelers get right back into it.
Let's go, D. We need that ball back. We need that ball back.
21-14, 3:49 to go, third quarter.
Flacky.
He throws it long down the field. The pass will be intercepted.
Damn it.
He fires for the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Hines Ward. 3rd and 20 from his 38. And has time. He lofts it long pass down the field, trying to get under it. Antonio! He's got it inside the 10-yard line. Antonio Brown had a step on the defender and pulled that perfectly thrown pass in. They needed 20 and got a whole bunch more. Mendenhall is going to be hit and driving to the goal line.
He's in. No, yes, it is a Steelers touchdown. It is off to the AFC Championship game.
This is the #1 moment between the rivalry.
Everything you got today, baby. Lay it on the line, baby.
One game away from
Ray Lewis, the GOAT.
And I like dancing.
We talked about this was going to be a bloodbath, and it is just like we thought it was going to be.
He's back. He looks, he gets pressure, he throws a pass, intercepted. Deshae Johnson steps in front of Mason.
Rookie mistake.
Here comes a blitz. Roethlisberger back to throws. Fades the rush. Takes it down. Chased by Ray Lewis. Throws downfield. Caught by Holmes at the 45.
Defender down. Cuts to the middle of the field. Gets by another defender. Picks up a block at the 30.
He's at the 10-5. Dives to the pylon. Touchdown Pittsburgh for 65 yards.
Man, Holmes used to light us up, boy.
Steelers lead it 13-0.
We ain't letting them out this time.
Tell him, Ray.
13 points will not beat us.
Doubles back to the left. Flacco turns, gives to McLean. Bounces right side, walks in, touchdown. It's McGahee for the touchdown. And we got a ball game again at 16-13.
Steelers bring blitz. Ravens pick it up. Flacco going in.
Got him.
It's in.
PI.
McGahee gets the handoff. Right side. Sheds the tackle and walks in for a touchdown. And with 9:29 to play in the ball game, it's the Steelers 16,
Troy.
the Ravens 14.
Joe Flacco becomes a starter today. And you know what? Because defense stood up. That's who wins championship.
The clock at 4:43 and winding. Flacco in the gun. He's back. Then it's intercepted. Troy Polamalu at the 40.
Damn, I hated that play.
Blockers at the 25.
follow the GOAT.
He goes for the goal line, and he's in for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. And this place is on fire. The Pittsburgh Steelers win the AFC title game right here at Heinz Field, and this crowd has loved every single moment.
Whoa, those are just some of the top moments between the Steelers and the Ravens. You know how to show that. I know my Uso Manny's not on, but that was a dope run back of some of the top moments between the Ravens and the Steelers. And you know what else is happening this week, ladies? Another rivalry that's been brewing for the last couple of years, and it's been fun to watch, man. You know, if you love football, then of course you appreciate some of these great games that you've watched between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks, man. That's just game recognized game. Don't be hating. Check this out.
You think this is the toughest division you're in with the 49ers, Seattle?
You know, I think so. I think it's definitely one of the top two for sure. I think that we've been playing great football across the board in this division. Got a lot of great players, a lot of playmakers. So people don't want to play the NFC West right now.
They're one of the best teams in the NFL right now. It's been interesting to watch how good they've been playing. So this is going to be a battle. We've been preparing for moments like this, for opportunities, championship opportunities all season.
Do you feel like, not that you're bullies, when you're warming up against the Seahawks, you started from a space where your last couple of years not so great. This is a big transition for us to watch.
There definitely is a confidence, but we haven't been talking Super Bowl, we haven't been talking playoffs, all that stuff. 1 week at a time, and honestly, we've taken that mindset this entire season, and it's worked out well for us.
Take me through your relationship with Pete, because obviously there's a great relationship that's there.
Well, I think Pete and I share the same kind of thought process mentally about how to approach the day, how to approach the game, how to approach others. It's about this culture that we continue to try to build and continue to try to cultivate.
So Kyle, I played for his dad, and I know you've been with Mike a little bit last year, and they're very similar. My nickname for Mike was, Mike, let's do it. Let's go over it one more time, Shanahan. Is Kyle the same way?
Yeah, in certain aspects. You know, when it comes up to certain plays, third down, red zone, when it's the little details, he's so good at explaining it to guys, especially the younger receivers and stuff, and just gets them on the right page.
How has your game evolved, and what's the difference in those 8 years?
Well, I think we continue to learn how to elevate. Elevate not just your own game, but elevate everybody else's game. I think as a leader too, you continue to grow, you continue to learn guys and learn situations and learn how to, talk to guys within the game, outside the game, and everything else. And then ultimately, the thing that I try to dedicate my game to more than anything else is leaving it on the line every play. If it's in the fourth quarter, if it's game on the line, and do whatever it takes to find a way to win. And that's been a fun joyride.
You've really ingratiated yourself to your teammates. Your teammates look at you as one of them.
Well, I never want to be that guy, above everyone else in that light. I've always tried to be one of the guys, and I don't know if it's mentality growing up with 3 brothers and them always humbling you. So like being interacting with everybody. It's good stuff.
Half the time I feel like a Jim McMahon headbutt's coming from you.
I actually hit Emmanuel with one of those after his touchdown. He's not a huge headbutt guy, so I learned that going forward.
Hey, thanks for watching ESPN.
Yeah, man. So rivalry week, man. It's going to be a great one, man. Make sure you tap in. This Sunday, we got the Baltimore Ravens going head up with the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as the San Francisco 49ers and the Seahawks, man. It's going to be some good ones, man, this weekend. I'm looking forward to celebrating this weekend, man. So it's been dope, man. Shout out to Julien Simon, young man who we were able to talk to tonight. Continue prayers for you and your family. Thank you to everybody that's been on our live. And as I mentioned earlier, you just see one half of Big Goose Radio on tonight. So I would ask that you just all keep Brother Manny and family and Gina and children and their entire family in prayers tonight. Manny, if you're listening somewhere, we love you, and our prayers are with you and the entire family. And we hope to see you soon. So make sure you tap back in. Thursday night, we have the DJ Una show. And then Friday, as you all know, you've probably seen the flyer. We are hosting a virtual concert. It'll be our first kind of virtual concert series here on Big Goose Radio for suicide prevention. And so it's going to be, we have a dope lineup. We have Punya Lava'a. Let me get the flyer here if I can. Yeah, but it's going to be a dope show this week. We're excited about it. Oops, let me get this pinned here and queued up. And then Thursday night, of course, with DJ Una. Can you guys see that? You guys see everything else. That's great. Happy to Friday. We have Punya Lava'a, Aloki, Tree, and of course from Carson, California, Miss Tanel. And then also we're co-hosting that with Doris Tulifau, aka Brown Girl Woke, who's doing a lot of great work in American Samoa and Samoa. And so that's a show we're proud and excited to be a part of. Shout out to TV Samoa, Samoa Observer, as well as Samoa News for taking the time and getting involved. But we want to raise more awareness around mental health and, of course, suicide prevention, given the things that are happening right now in Samoa. And so our prayers are with you, our motherland, our home country. But we want to, on behalf of Manny and I, we wanted to utilize our platform to continue to raise awareness. Hence, this virtual concert. It's going to be a great night, man. So make sure you tap in Friday night. But you can also come back and visit us Thursday night with DJ Una and the DJ Una Show, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be great. And then also, don't forget, November 3rd, go out and vote. I see all these different posts left and right, folks complaining, saying this and that about whatever side you decide to vote for. And that's great. But I mean, the best thing you can do is actually utilize your right to vote and get out there and vote. And if you have family members that can vote, children, encourage them to do so. Last night was actually the last night here in the state of Washington to register to vote online. I think you're going to have to go somewhere and actually do that now. But make sure you go and shout out to the USO Rollers. Absolutely, RJ. USO Rollers have been a prominent part in raising awareness. They helped us help Big Goose Radio. We sent 2 pallets back home to American Samoa that should be there any day now. I want to thank Heart of Worship Ministries Vancouver, and all of those that came together, end of time worshipers, to help us send those resources back home to American Samoa so that they can continue the outreach there. So shout out to folks like USO Rollers and their entire village and community of folks who came together to make that possible, man. But that's all from me on behalf of Manny and myself. Thank you guys for tapping in with us. We'll see you guys again Thursday night. God bless you all. All right. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you guys on Thursday with the DJ Una Show. God bless.